Those are shots fired. A drive-by shooting at an East Bay mall. A CBS 5 crew was there as the bullets start flying and people were hit. This all happened just 100 yards from a police substation in the Eastmont Mall parking lot on 73rd Avenue, MacArthur Boulevard in Oakland.
It was a robbery turned shootout, and it happened right here in the heart of Oakland.
Tonight, we're asking police and city leaders in Oakland about a particularly violent weekend.
15 shootings since just Friday. 4 people were killed on Friday alone.
Gunfire on the streets of Oakland, California. When it ends, 3 police officers were killed, all by one suspect.
7 people gunned down, execution style, at a Christian school in Oakland.
And police are looking for the gunman who shot 8 people tonight, including a 1-year-old child.
New at 5, a couple in Oakland was just trying to do the right thing. Get a dangerous driver off the streets. Well, then came the guns.
More gun violence in Oakland as a young boy is shot and killed last night on the city's east side.
2 new videos surfaced today in the shooting death of a young man New Year's Day at an East Bay BART station by a BART police officer.
There are still no arrests in the case of that security guard who was shot and killed over the weekend in Oakland.
Main thing I would change about Oakland is its ratchetness, because the parents are now having their kids younger and younger, so they weren't taught by their parents how to act or how to raise a child.
The main thing I would change about Oakland would be a lot of crime, if I could.
Honestly, I don't really know. I know that there's a lot of violence, and there has been a lot of violence since the beginning of 2013, so if I could change that, I probably would.
The stealing. The violence, the drugs, the gang wars.
The police.
I would change Oakland's reputation.
I would change the way prostitution is just, like, go around here.
Well, I don't really trip off being safe because I grew up here. I was born and raised, so I know everybody that's like doing the wrong stuff and doing the right stuff, so I wouldn't really be too much scared.
A lot of the times we feel safe because this is the city we've grown up in, but really we know we're not safe because at any moment things could happen.
I feel safe in some parts of Oakland.
I feel pretty safe, but in some areas, you know, you get that little feeling like, oh, I shouldn't be here, so I'm gonna just go.
I guess I'm kind of scared because there's a lot of crazy people.
I feel safe with my mama.
Sometimes I think it's getting better, and sometimes I think it's getting worse, because I think sometimes we can go like a period of time without a lot of crime, but then there's sometimes where it's just crime back to back.
Oakland is getting worse and worse each year. Like last year we had a lot of killings. This year we still have a lot of killings. We're not even halfway into the year yet.
Worse.
I think it's really going down a straight path. I don't feel it getting any worse or better.
I see it as getting better because if you look, like, it's not all bad. Like, if you look around, it's more like building upon it. So we just gotta make a little bit more changes, and then we'll be to that progression.
No, they are not responsive.
Sometimes they come when it's a gun.
The police are not responsive at all.
Well, they're sort of responsive on certain things.
It take a long time to show up.
The police are very non-responsive because when my cousin got shot, it took me 3 hours just to come there. So I didn't feel like the policemen were very supportive.
No, because there's always going to be violence in the world.
Well, since they're all really adults, they should more or less teach kids how to act right in public.
They can make more activities for the kids, more job opportunities for the adults, so it can be less gang, less violence and everything.
Well, in those Middle Eastern countries, they say they do it for freedom. In Oakland, it's mainly for drugs and random violence.
In all the world, it's kind of the same problems going on, but on different scales, because everywhere we're dealing with violence and we're dealing with problems over money and really land and turf. It's not really a thing just in the ghetto when people fight over turf, because even our country fights over land and money and all of that.
I think it helped because when you go get an education, you go to college and get a better job, not just stay on the streets all day selling drugs.
Well, kids are going to take their education seriously, and like if they get older and they get wealthy, they're going to try to come back to Oakland and make Oakland better.
You can be raised right and still do bad just out of what you want to do.
Yeah, it all starts with the parents, because you're bringing up the child. Like, yes, like it all starts with your parents, because they make you into who you are.
No, I would not raise my children here in East Oakland. That's not gonna happen.
I don't want them to go through the things that I have, so that's like 50-50.
I don't think I'm gonna have kids, but if I did, then I wouldn't raise them here. I move to like Nevada or something.
I feel comfortable having kids here, but later on I move out.
I won't raise my kids here in East Oakland.
Not so much, because of all the violence here, and well, nowhere is really safe, but I would feel better out of Oakland raising kids.
Oakland is about a lot of gang wars, and some good stuff could happen, and some bad stuff could happen, like people getting killed.
I would tell you to move out.
I'll be like, well, it's not that safe to go out there. You certainly wouldn't want to raise your kids in Oakland, and like, yeah, it's not like the place you would want to be. It's pretty much laggy.
I tell you the good and bad, because so you know what conditions you are coming into, and you know what conditions that will be good for you.
Oakland's cool. Just watch out.
I have the human right to grow up in a community without violence.
I have the human right to go to school without being bullied.
I have the human right to go outside at night without worrying about getting robbed.
I have the human right not to live in a gang or drug-infested neighborhood.
I have the human right to not hear gunshots at night.
I have the human right to get a decent education that will prepare me for college.
I have the human right to play outside without my mom worrying about me.
I have the human right to feel safe in my neighborhood.
I have the human right to grow up and have a family of my own.
I have the human right to be a kid, to be an adolescent,
to be a teenager,
to be a young adult.
I have the human right to have my voice heard.
We, the youth of Eastmont Technology Center, plan to make positive changes for our community and create a new East Oakland.
Our plan of action: talk to people in our community about what a new East Oakland should look like.
We will involve the churches, schools, local businesses, as well as leaders of our community.
Think outside the box to solve problems in ways no one has thought of before.
Help other youth like us to become more positive about their life choices.
We will not be afraid to look at our strengths and weaknesses that will help us to create a new East Oakland.
Making sure our positive message makes it through the old East Oakland until it becomes the new East Oakland.
Our version of a new East Oakland is to become one of the brightest, safest, caring, and healthy communities in the United States by 2020.
The United States is our country, California is our state, Oakland is our city, and East Oakland is our world.
We believe that our East Oakland world is our responsibility, our accountability, our past, our present, our future.
We would like to change East Oakland into a proud world of mutual respect, mutual trust, success, and greatness, because it's our destiny to create a new East Oakland world.